Hope Springs is directed by David Frankel and stars Meryl Streep, Tommy Lee Jones, and Steve Carell. It tells a story about a couple who've been married for a little over 30 years and they are really not intimate at all. They have separate bedrooms and really hardly talk at all, and they're just really they're not really a married couple, you know, they're just kind of in the same house, but they're not really a couple. Meryl Streep has become very tired of this lifestyle, so she decides to go up to Maine to visit Steve Carell's character, who is a therapist. Tommy Lee Jones goes against his will. He doesn't think it's necessary, he thinks it's insane, but in order to make his wife happy, he goes to hopefully reinvigorate their marriage. I will start off by saying that this is a damn good movie. It hinges on great, but doesn't quite make it. This is one of those films where at certain points there's a perfect marriage between performance, script, and direction. And the best parts of this film by far are the actual sessions with Steve Carell. The camera angles were perfect, the editing was extremely smooth, and all performances were spot on. Steve Carell is a very funny man, at least he can be, and in terms of dramatic performances, this is his best by far. Despite knowing for a fact that he is not a marriage counselor, I really thought that he was a marriage counselor. He acted like one, at least what I would perceive one to act like. He never really pushed, you know, he never raised his voice, he was just there helping them out. He never made them feel, well, I wouldn't say he never made them feel uncomfortable, but he made them feel welcome. And even when times got tough, he stuck with them, and I really appreciated his character. And if I ever down the road had marriage problems, which hopefully I won't if I ever get married, then I would without question go to Steve Carell if he was in reality a licensed marriage counselor. Also doing very well in this film were both Tommy Lee Jones and Meryl Streep, and especially Meryl Streep. I mean, holy crap, that woman can act. I'm not 100% certain I bought these two as a couple. It's one of those things where you question sort of how they even got together. I mean, not that they're an impossible couple, but I mean, I had a hard time believing that these two got together. I've never seen Tommy Lee Jones in a role like this, and it was very nice and to pace, but I'm not quite sure he was the absolute perfect choice for this role. I would have liked to have learned about Steve Carell's character a bit more because, I mean, obviously the focus is on these two individuals who are having problems. However, I would have liked to have, I guess, Tommy Lee Jones ask questions about his married life, you know, get under his skin. I think the film would have been stronger overall if they had done that, you know, gone into his story, but as it was good. When Meryl Streep and Tommy Lee Jones are not in marriage counseling, the film does slow down a bit and get kind of dull, but it's not dull to the point where you want to leave and, you know, fall asleep. It's not that dull, but it does slow down. Assuming that those of you who watch me are not married, A, and B, aren't old, it's kind of hard for me to recommend it to you, but, I mean, yeah, I guess if you're curious, you know, check it out. There's really no harm done. I mean, it's actually like not a bad film to prepare yourself for what a relationship is like. And as odd as it may sound, you may recommend this to your parents, depending on what their life is like. I don't know, but depending. So overall, I'm going to give this film 3.5 out of 5 stars and say if you are interested, then I'd say go and see it. If, however, you are embarrassed to go and see it, then I highly recommend, and I mean highly recommend, a rental. That is if you absolutely refuse to go to the theater, but you should see it. It's good. And just a little heads up, starting tomorrow, the 15th, through Monday, the 20th, I will be on vacation. So it is highly unlikely that I will be uploading anything in that time frame. Not impossible, just highly unlikely. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait for next week to get my reviews for the new releases this week. But rest assured, once I get back, my butt's gonna be in that theater catching up. So I will see you all relatively soon, and have a good weekend.